What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dylan, and I'm making another video because two reasons. One, there's this article that I came across that I wanted to read because it is full of absolutely stupid and grossly misleading things that are relevant to some things that happened over the weekend in these games, COVID related, and it's an example of propaganda for you. And so I'm going to read through it and dismantle it because it is absolutely stupid stuff. And then also I want to talk quickly about, I watched a video on YouTube with crap, man, I can't even remember now. It was one of those sports shows or whatever, and it had Stephen A. and let's see, it's from ESPN, and Stephen A. reacts to Tua Tagovailoa's first start. Oh, it was on First Take. That's what it is. Anyway, so I want to talk about that. I'm going to put the link to the video in the description box so you guys can check it out for yourself. But he had a conversation about, Tua's first start, and I often disagree with the things that he has to say, probably as much as I agree, although I don't really watch him that much, so I only have a few examples in my head to go off of, but this take of his I 100% agree with. So I want you guys to check that out as well. Like I said, I will put the link to the description box. So let's jump right into it. First, I want to get through this article and about what happened over the weekend. And so what am I talking about? So there's this article from a Henry Bushnell on Yahoo Sports. The NFL is getting bashed because it strengthened its COVID policy. Interesting. So why would the NFL be getting bashed for strengthening its COVID policy, you say, right? Well, that seems a bit weird. And then here comes the article, right? Marlon Humphrey didn't know. Neither did AJ Dillon. Neither did we. Know what? On the 8th Sunday of an infinitely strange NFL season, after a week of relative stability, and that's actually very debatable, but okay, when 10 hours of football kicked into gear, nobody knew anything. Nobody could have known or even predicted that two NFL players who played over the weekend did so while COVID positive. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, that's the tip of the iceberg of the stupidity. Nobody could have known or even predicted that two NFL players who played over the weekend did so while COVID positive. Okay, so we had examples like, let's say, Gilmore, right? Stephon Gilmore from the Patriots, who had a test positive after the game, right? He took a test after the game or the day after and tested positive. Reasonably, though, he had it while playing the game, but the positive test was afterwards. Okay, which is why the news, when it arrived Monday morning, was so perplexing and indigestible, he says. Humphrey, a Baltimore Ravens All-Pro cornerback, and Dillon, a Green Bay Packers rookie running back, had tested positive for the coronavirus. They learned of the positive results Monday morning. Okay? The results were taken from tests Sunday morning. In the interim, after the tests, they played 70 combined snaps in their respective games. Okay. And now, in just the headline of this, he captioned it and said something along the lines of, it's not a problem with their testing. No, it is. Absolutely. But the bigger issue is that they are pushing for the season just indefinitely, no matter what happens, right? So, first of all, you absolutely could predict it. First of all, the NFL predicted they were going to have positives and told us they don't care, okay? So, you definitely could have predicted it. But also, what do you mean? Why, like, if you don't have the tests back yet, then the game shouldn't be played because you don't have negative tests and somebody could have it. So what do you mean? Like, it's a super logical thing in the world, the most logical thing in the world, especially because the NFL has been getting, he says, relatively stable. But what the fuck does that mean? Because the NFL has, like, week in and week out been getting new positive tests and been having tons of problems with the tests. False negatives, false positives. Positives to begin with are obviously negative, right? But all these issues What do you mean? Of course the tests are fucked up. And the fact that you don't know this information and you're just going to go play the game and then you're just comfortable with finding out after the fact that, oh man, the tests we gave them, and look, because part of their, the selling of the season to everybody else is, look, we're going to have tests, man, and we're going to test them before the game and stuff like that, so we're going to know. Okay, you tested them before the game, but you didn't get the results of those tests back until the day after. What the fuck use is that? What use is that? It's not fucking useful at all. What do you mean? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Because, I mean, like, so likely there will now be a rash of fucking positives. I mean, if they avoid a breakout, that is gonna be some kind of fucking miracle. But like, I mean, it's absurd. It's absolutely fucking absurd. But let's continue on. The seemingly backwards timeline led fans to decry the NFL's apparent idiocy, because they are fucking idiots. And in any way, their incredulity, I hate that word, made complete sense. The optics, when laid bare in a punchy headline or tweet, are not great. Dude, this is coming from a dude who literally fucking made sure that his headlines and shit were slanted and biased towards the NFL. Right? At the top of this one, NFL is getting bashed because it strengthened its COVID policy. What are you talking about? So you're sitting there trying to say that people are clickbaiting their fucking headlines, but you literally fucking and trying to imply that it's somehow fucking biased and that people are, unduly fucking upset about this situation. But your headline is the NFL is getting bashed because it strengthened its COVID policy. That was kind of literally the point of why I started it with, the NFL is getting bashed because it strengthened its COVID policy. Well, that seems strange. Why would that be? Because it doesn't make any fucking sense. If they were actually strengthened, and again, they shouldn't even be in the position to begin with. They shouldn't even have a fucking season. I mean, this dude is a fucking clown. Anyway, but they're also superficial and misleading. Really? What a fucking joke. Superficial and misleading. Really? Dude? And in the fucking, the little caption to the, just the alert headline before that I told you about, it's not a problem with the testing. What do you fucking mean, dude? The NFL has clearly had fucking significant issues with the testing. Are you fucking stupid? No, what it is he's a propagandist mouthpiece for the fucking NFL. Okay? He is writing a very slanted piece to sway public opinion and to, fucking calm the anger. I mean, what a fucking clown. They are, in an ironic twist, byproducts of the notoriously image-conscious NFL prioritizing safety over optics. Because they prioritize optics and money and shit like that over safety all the time. This dude is a fucking clown. Like, byproducts of notoriously image-conscious NFL prioritizing safety over optics. Dude, the only thing the NFL... Anyway, you get it. The league's protocols aren't perfect. Not even fucking close. They shouldn't have a season. No COVID-19 countermeasures are. But it's a deadly pandemic, you fucking dickbag. If you don't have perfect... I mean, obviously nothing is perfect. But it's not one of those things you just fucking roll the dice on and take a fucking chance with. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is one of those things where you err on the side of caution, where you take, if you're gonna go in any extreme, okay, if you're gonna choose to go in one of the two extreme directions, the direction you choose when you're talking about a pandemic and a fucking deadly virus is you take the side of caution and safe rather than sorry. What do you mean? They would fucking shut the fucking season down. They wouldn't have started the season to begin with. I mean, like, clownish fucking comment, because it's propaganda. Nothing but fucking propaganda. But this apparent oversight, Jesus Christ, is actually the result of the NFL being overprotective, not careless for flat out dub. Really, bro? Really? 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 They fucking gave all those players, tests, Sunday morning, didn't get results, let them play, got the results on Monday. Those players played through their games having COVID. And that's them being overprotective? Who the fuck thinks that? Like, how does that make any kind of logical sense? Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Overprotective. They didn't have results and they let them fucking play and they had it. How is that being overprotective? No, if anything, that's clearly showing they don't care. They don't care. All they care about is the game. Because at a bare minimum, you wouldn't play the game until you had those test results in. Bare minimum. And they couldn't even do that. Overprotective my fucking ass, dude. Just get the fuck out of here. I mean, that's not even to fucking mention, clearly at the start of this whole thing in training camp, they pushed to fucking not have them every day. And since, you know, they were within their limits for the first 2 weeks, they scaled it back. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What a joke. The NFL tightens its testing window. Consider an alternate scenario. Let's pretend for a moment that Humphrey contracted the coronavirus in week 4, not week 8. Let's say after contracting it midweek and after a few day incubation period that he became infectious and capable of testing positive around 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Okay? I mean, where are you going with this? I mean, it's fucking clownish. In week 4, there would have been no uproar, no NFL bashing, because we wouldn't have even known Humphrey played while COVID positive. Okay, dude, but why don't... I mean, again, it's just propaganda, but there are people out there that will not understand that that is a reason why you don't take the chance to begin with. It doesn't prove his point at all. It doesn't prove that the NFL is doing anything right. It's a fucking clown show. And all it proves is that you don't... Okay, so... Let's think about this. Let's say your job was being a firefighter, okay? And let's say you were told to run in there, but you didn't know if your breathing apparatus was functional, right? Let's say you had a recent string of failed fucking gauges or something on it, and you didn't know if the fucking tank worked or whatever, right? And you're told, just go ahead, man. It's all fucking good. You know, we did an eyeball test and we fucking turned the nozzle, the fucking wheel a little bit and it spun. So we're good. We didn't have the fucking, you know, stuff we needed to really test to make sure that the pressure's right and all this stuff, whatever. Hey, but go ahead. Just jump right. Who the fuck would do that? Like, really? Why would you do that? Oh my God. I mean, stupid. You wouldn't, I mean, like, Jesus fucking Christ. In week 4, instead, there would have been increased potential for a Titans-esque outbreak. And there's no potential now? What do you mean? What is the relevance of that? What is the relevance of that? And why? Who the fuck cares? Because look, in that example, and even in that example, okay, that example he gave, if it was during the week, guess what? You would have known then. He would have tested positive before the game was played. And that team would have gotten shut down like what happened with the Titans. What the fuck is he? What does this dude think he's proven? Okay. Whereas in this case, now you have a potential for not only an outbreak on the Ravens and the Packers, because those two fucking teams had the COVID positives, but then you have it on, who did they play? Who did they even fucking play? So then you have a potential for outbreak on the team that they played. I mean, I guess if they happen to play each other, but I don't think that... No. So it was the Ravens and Steelers. So now you have a potential for 4 teams having an outbreak. 4 teams. Humphrey from the Ravens, 1 team. They played the Steelers, who he played against. That's their star corner. Of course he fucking played. Okay? 2 teams. Then you have the Packers, 3 teams. The Vikings, 4 teams. So what? So you're saying that if they would have had... Nobody would have made a fucking... I mean, he's actually right, because nobody except for me, as far as I can tell, makes a big deal about any of this COVID related shit. And in fact, people, you know, dislike me very much because I talk about it. But now you have 4 teams that could have potential outbreaks. I mean, it's pretty unimaginable that they're gonna skate by with all 4 of those teams avoiding like a full-scale outbreak. It's pretty unimaginable. But like the Steelers, I'm pretty sure are still undefeated, right? So like, and they did, yeah, they're 7-0. But now they, you know, they could have their schedule fucked and, you know, blah, blah, blah. They could have players get it, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just a fucking clown show. Giant ass fucking clown show. Let's continue on. This is because prior to week 6, the NFL didn't test on game days. Its reasoning essentially boiled down to optics over safety. I mean, and then he wants to say that they didn't have fucking problems with testing. That is a problem with testing. The fact that they didn't have testing on game days. But the fact that they don't care to even get the fucking tests back that they do is also problematic. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it feared false positives and the possibility of players missing games due to unnecessary caution. Unnecessary caution? Like, this is propaganda 101. If you want to know how to fucking like gaslight people into thinking that everything's all fucking cool in the middle of a raging deadly pandemic, I mean, we're setting fucking records. We had the worst week in that we had the entire fucking time so far this past week. Like, this is how you do it. This is how you teach dumb people to believe dumb things. You say that reality is not reality and do not believe your lying eyes, because what I'm telling you is actual reality. Even though it makes no sense whatsoever, believe me, because it is imperative, at least according to the NFL and the owners, that we keep the season going so they don't lose out on their $16 billion. So there has to be hack-ass fucking reporters like myself, what's his name? Henry Bushnell, hack-ass fucking reporters like Henry Bushnell, who will write these dumbass fucking articles defending the NFL, saying that, no, everything's good, bro. Why don't you just go back to sleep? And then fucking on Thursday and on Sunday and on Monday, make sure you tune in so that way we can get the ratings and we can get the revenue. But in the middle of the week, ignore it and forget about it. And now that we're to the middle of the week and we're actually in the fucking past Sunday and so on and so forth, let's just forget about it. Like, fuck you. Let's see. More than it feared the possibility of a player actually having the virus and infecting teammates. So let's go back to that. It feared false positives and the possibility of players missing games due to unnecessary caution. No, they cared about players missing games so that they, but more importantly, they care about postponing and canceling games. Anyway, I mean, the way that they reshuffled the fucking, the Patriots Raiders game and made it earlier in the day, even though they fucking had a positive test. Dude, that's not how you take precautions. That's not how you react appropriately. Fucking clowns. So early in the season, it would test on Saturday morning. Results would arrive by Sunday morning. Everybody who tested negative was in the clear. The next round of testing wasn't until Monday, with results 12 to 24 hours later. Oh my God. But how do people not realize that that is inadequate testing? If you don't have testing at least every single day, and with results that come back like, I don't know, immediately, or at least within, you know, hours, right? So that way you could test the players a few hours before the hand, because, you know, they could have just got it, or the incubation period, or what the fuck ever, dude. Like, fucking clowns. On that timeline, the Ravens would have learned of Humphrey's infection Tuesday, which would have been worrisome, but optically palatable. Optically fucking palatable. If he would have gotten it, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? If they would have, an infection on Tuesday that would have been optically palatable. But if he got the infection on Tuesday, that means the past few days he could have infected players or other people in the building. And that means if they were doing things right, him and anybody he came into contact with would be fucking stowed up for a minimum of 2 weeks. 2 weeks! He wouldn't then be able to optically and physically go take the fucking field on Sunday and play a fucking game. Like, it's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. Let's see. They therefore wouldn't have been criticized. The chief culprit would be the virus itself, not the league trying to cope with it. Oh my fucking god, dude. Wow. Yeah, but that's the problem. The virus is the fucking culprit, and the goddamn NFL and the owners are the goddamn accomplices. Because they're greedy sacks of fucking shit. Wow. I mean, it's fucking laughable. Optics, though, don't change reality. Wow, bro. You know... Wow. I mean, literally everything that he fucking says, because, first of all, that completely denies the reality of propaganda then. And the fact that it even exists, even though he's clearly writing a propagandist piece. But also, when I was in the Navy, you know, one thing that they always said to us was, perception is everything. So it doesn't matter what the circumstance is. It doesn't matter what the context of the situation is. If we think you're fucked up, you're fucked up. And they could think you're fucked up just because they don't like you. Trust me, I know. So, and that's their optics. That's their perspective. And so, fuck it. There it is. Since they have power over you, that's the official fucking story. So you really, this dude, Henry fucking Bushnell, can really go fuck himself. They wouldn't have changed the fact that Humphrey was COVID positive on Sunday. Without a Sunday test, the Ravens would have met in person on Monday, as they always do, and Humphrey would have had another full day to potentially expose teammates to the virus. Oh my god! But now we have 4 teams that are potentially exposed as opposed to the 1 team, you fucking raging dickhead! The NFL learned this the hard way. Monday exposure due to a lack of Sunday testing might have contributed to the Titans outbreak. In the aftermath, the league closed its Sunday hole. Okay, bro. The fact that it happened in your theoretical situation, in your, you know, everything would be fucking better, greener grass on the other side, shit don't fucking smell scenario, it fucking went awry. Okay? And in this scenario, it went awry. So again, more proof that it just shouldn't even be done in the first place. But okay, whatever. Because they're supposedly closing holes and they're getting more stringent and they're, you know, fixing their fucking guidelines. No, what they're doing is they're imposing dumbass fucking bullshit fucking penalties for things that they can't enforce. Okay, whatever. Okay, also, not to mention, just as a sidebar here, but of course, I just mentioned a few minutes ago, that the country has seen record numbers in like everything across the board. Certainly in cases. This past week saw the most amount of cases than we've seen at any time in this pandemic. And that's fucking saying something. Who the fuck thinks that having these fucking games, both college and at the NFL, with fans in the stadiums is not contributing to that? Who thinks that? Somebody please tell me that they think that these large-scale events, bringing large amounts of people together, in which you cannot enforce the regulations like wearing your mask, etc., is not contributing to the fucking massive spike in cases in the country. If you think that, you're an idiot. You're just an idiot. You're an idiot and I got nothing to fucking say to you because you're a fucking moron and it's like talking to a fucking wall. Impossible to close all windows entirely. Again, the reason why you don't do it in the first place. There's one semi-legitimate criticism of the NFL's testing. Oh wow, really? Well, man, isn't he fucking grand? He's gonna give a little bit of criticism. There is one semi-legitimate criticism of the NFL's testing. Even though he mentioned a few things in his own article, his propagandist piece, that are clear and obvious issues to any rational person. But okay, what does he have to say? That on weekends, it isn't frequent or quick enough. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Mind blown, bro. Like, serious? This dude, this entire time has been saying it's not a problem that they tested guys on Sunday morning, didn't care to get the results back, and then are all shocked and chagrined that they got fucking positives on Monday and a couple players played in those games and now could have potentially spread it throughout 4 fucking teams. But now he's saying that the weekend testing, I don't know if people know this, but Sunday is the weekend. Okay? Though on the weekends, it isn't frequent or quick enough. I wish there was a way I could reach through my phone, reach through this article, and somehow have my fist come out of like fucking cyberspace, the universe, whatever, and punch this dude in the fucking face for writing this article. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What is this? What is this garbage? But this is why I'm doing it. And I know it's going long. I'm going on a rant here, blah, blah, blah. And of course, there's going to be plenty of people that dislike it and fucking hate on me because I'm talking about it. But I don't give a fuck, dude. I really don't. Look, I'm saying it because a couple reasons. One, admittedly, it is a way for me to kind of like vent my own frustrations, to be able to get this shit out, scream it to the fucking camera and shit like that. But also because somebody's got to fucking talk about it. Somebody's got to fucking say something about it because nobody's fucking saying shit. And the only people that do come out with dumbass bullshit like this. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is fucking garbage. All right, let me continue on. Where the fuck was I? It's all stupid. You get lost in the mix here. Dumb shit. I don't even know where I was. A Sunday early morning test with a Sunday late morning result would be preferable. No fucking shit! And it's not preferable, you fucking dickbag. There's no preferable when it comes to something that will kill you. You don't take the preferable, or you don't, not take the preferable option. You take the fucking most cautious option, hands down. You don't settle for other things because people could die. You fucking bitch. Oh my God. Even a Saturday late night test with a Sunday pregame result would be slightly better than the current schedule. But no matter the regimen, the virus window of opportunity will exist. Again, why you shouldn't even do it in the first place. The NFL can't eliminate it. Anytime between the administration of Saturday's test and the result of Sunday's test, a window of about 36 hours, a player could become infectious and infect teammates. Even a rapid point-of-care test administered at 8:15 a.m. Sunday that comes back negative at 8:30 a.m. wouldn't guarantee that a player is still COVID negative at 1 p.m. How much more do people need to understand that they don't care about the safety of these people, of these players and the coaches and stuff? What else do the fucking players need? Like, this is why I get exhausted. Right? Because there's no convincing people. Like, the world is as fucked as it is, not just because the people at the top that are fucking everything, but also because of all the fucking morons that just continue to fucking buy in and let it continue to fucking play out. Oh, well, it doesn't affect me, or blah, 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 or propaganda, propaganda, propaganda. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. The NFL's goal is to minimize those windows. It already does this better than almost any private, non-essential business in the world. I mean, there's almost nothing left to fucking respond to. Like, how do you even address this level of fucking stupidity? I mean, it's absurd. Perhaps you could argue it should use POC testing league-wide on game day mornings. Oh my God. Yeah, no fucking shit you should. Anyway, that, like, again, bare minimum, bro. Like, that is bare minimum fucking bottom line, lowest bar you can fucking clear, and they can't even clear that. It's really not a shocker, though, in the world and the country that we live in. Let's see. But it would likely argue that POC tests are less reliable and sensitive, and therefore might not catch game day positives anyway. So there's a no-win situation except for the NFL and the owners who continue to rake in billions of dollars. Because they're not taking the risk. In fact, they're actually managing and making sure that all of their risk to their pocketbooks, is being completely fucking mitigated. They're lowering the cap for the next fucking 10, 15, fucking 20 years. Not really, it's a bit of an exaggeration. But they're going to be taking the players' money. So that way, they can keep things going. Woo! Alright. Perhaps you could argue it should strong-arm its way to the front of the testing line and ensure Sunday morning results arrive in a matter of hours, but expedited turnarounds are logistically burdensome and, for non-essential operations, morally questionable. Oh my god. And then he literally just said it there. Perhaps you could argue it should strong-arm its way to the front of the line of the testing line and ensure Sunday morning results arrive in a matter of hours. But expedited turnarounds are logistically burdensome. That's not the real important part, although true. And for non-essential operations, morally questionable. So he admits that football and entertainment is a non-essential operation, and it is morally questionable to take the testing necessary that would even fucking get you the lowest bar possible and still wouldn't even fucking solve your problem by his own admission. And all of that is morally questionable. It's actually morally reprehensible, is a lot more accurate. And that is the ultimate point. Like, wow, bro. The true alternative to the testing scheme that some fans bashed on Monday is less testing. Oh my god. Now, I mean, that's just a Trump line. Now, we got to scale back the testing because the more we test, the more we're going to have positives. Oh my god. Yeah, but dude, that doesn't stop the fucking virus from spreading, you fucking dickbag. It doesn't take it out of existence. It's still there. And it makes it worse because then you don't know about it until people have to be fucking hospitalized. Wow. It's 6 days a week instead of 7. Yeah, it's what the NFL used to do, and it makes no sense at all. None of anything this dude had to say made any sense. Testing is information. Information is valuable no matter when it arrives. That is inaccurate. That is super inaccurate. Information is always valuable. That is true. And of course, you guys know I'm the kind of person that likes as much information as I possibly can get. I don't like to just cherry pick fucking data points. I like to fucking take it all in. Okay. But I mean, like, again, how do you even respond to that? Because obviously the testing results came back late, because now we have a situation where 2 players who are known to have it played their games on Sunday. So unquestionably the Ravens and I can't even fucking think now who the fucking other team was. The Packers. Those teams are gonna have to go through the protocol measures, even though they're probably not gonna do anywhere near enough. They'll probably likely still end up fucking playing on Sunday if they somehow manage to avoid a full-scale outbreak. But now you have the Steelers and whoever the fuck else. I can't even remember now. Now you have 4 teams that could possibly have full-scale outbreaks. Refusing to seek out information because it might reveal problems will, in this case, only exacerbate those problems. You know what exacerbates the problem? Playing games on Thursday, playing games on Sunday, playing games on Monday, having practices throughout the week, bringing thousands of fans into the stadium. You know, those things might exacerbate the situation. Anyway, testing on game day is a choice between fleeting comfort and enhanced safety. See, propaganda. Propaganda. Total propaganda. It's not even close to enhanced safety. Because again, it's... the things that they refuse to do are the lowest bar possible. And there's only one correct choice. Even if a headline or two make the NFL look silly. Wow. Okay, bro. You're a fucking giant clown. I'm trying so hard not to use worse words. But, I mean, it's fucking mind-blowing. I mean, it's absolutely fucking mind-blowing, the level of stupidity that we have to deal with in this world. Alright. Now let me go. I mean, if you guys even make it through all of this, which most people probably won't, now we are going to get to, real quick, the video I watched of Stephen A. and, whatever, First Take or whatever the fucking show's called. And, look, man, he was essentially saying that, you know, Tua didn't show anything, man. The Dolphins offense didn't show anything, right? It wasn't spectacular. He said that, you know, fairly or unfairly, he's going to be compared to Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. I agree that's true and that's reality, although you guys know that I do not believe that he should be. I think every quarterback should be judged on their own merits and their own situation, the own context in which that they deal with. I mean, you know, I don't mind comparing the different situations so that way you can see, you know, the way that the different factors affect those individual situations and then get a better idea of how things play out based off of the different factor combinations, right? Like, that's cool. But then to judge one another, right? To judge Tua based off of Herbert's performance and situation or vice versa is absolutely absurd. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. So I disagree with that. But it is true that people will. And look, you know, Tua didn't play great. And, you know, the other dude was like, the other dude that was arguing against him was saying, you know, one of the reasons why I think they put him in against the Rams is because they wanted to see how he reacted to adversity. Because he hasn't played in fucking a year and he came off of hip surgery. Yeah, but you didn't see anything out of him. He didn't do anything. He handed the ball off a bunch of times, and then every pass that he had was, you know, short and fucking easy shit and dump offs and to the flat, and like, you didn't see anything. He didn't do anything. He didn't wow. He didn't, you know, stat line was whatever. The offense didn't produce shit. And the only 2, you know, touchdowns that they did get on offense, the 2 touchdowns that they got on offense were, you know, like, that it was, I was going to say handicap, but they were greatly assisted by defense and so on and so forth. And the win was primarily driven by the defense. Specialty, I mean, if, you know, you guys watch my post-game analysis video, so you know how I feel about that, right? So, anyway, I really just wanted to mention it, though, because it's a different, like I said, I don't always agree with him, but it was just another way of, you know, framing it in more perspective for you. And I'm going to put that video in the description box, so check it out for yourself. But I totally agree with that. And so I really just wanted to mention it so you could see somebody else's perspective and hear that entire argument, right? Yeah, so anyway, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and comments and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at Dylan Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see you soon. Fins up.